So right here is the third most popular pet almost in the world after cats and dogs. And if you've never owned one of these, you might want to know that there are two different types of reptiles out there. There are those reptiles that you set up and they're nice to look at. They don't like to be handled. And then there are those reptiles that are real pets. This guy, he kind of falls into the second hand. This is not something that you buy and set up in a cage and leave. This is something you take out of the cage. He becomes an active member of the family. They have their own personalities, their likes and their dislikes, and you have a relationship with it. So that's going to go for all bearded dragons pretty much. It's all going to be based off their experiences and your experience with them. Which means if you go to a store and you see a big fat adult dragon for sale, that dragon's personality is going to be built upon his nature as well as whoever had him prior and whether or not they socialized their pet and were nice to it, and it has fond memories of humans or bad memories of humans. I got this guy as literally a 3-inch little, 2-inch little thing that fit in my hand. It was smaller than my index finger. I mean, he used to ride my index finger, and he was smaller than that. So, he was teeny tiny. That was about 3 years ago, roughly. And now he's this big ugly lizard. But it took me a long time to realize that, these guys, they're not snakes. They're not something you can just throw food in and ignore. You really want to have fun with it. And as the years passed and as I learned to accept that, I really started to enjoy keeping Nubs a lot more. I don't want to say he's mine. I just want to say I'm a caretaker. So yeah, these guys are really basically scaled puppy dogs. Think of them that way. They're an everyday animal that you're going to want to offer food at least every day. They're an animal that you want to take out, keep socialized. An animal you want to get to know if you plan on keeping one of these as a pet. These are not an animal that you just feed and leave. It's not like a wild snake. Whereas a king snake, I might just drop a mouse in there and watch it eat once every week or two. That's not this case. So unless you really have the time, I would say don't get one. I mean, if you have the time for it, these are a great pet. If you're a single person, want something that's not too much space, doesn't make any noise, I don't think they're smelly, but you want something they can hang out with, show friends, this is a perfect guy. Perfect candidate for that kind of pet. A cross-eyed skink would be an animal or a type of reptile where you set up your cage and you leave it on your desk. A day gecko, another type of animal where you let it go in its cage or its inhabitant. You look at it, it's nice, you feed it, but that's it. This right here, it's not a day gecko. This right here is not a wild snake. This right here, not even a wild lizard. This is a lizard that finds comfort in being picked up, likes to be picked up. And the cool thing is, once they're adults, and you've raised it enough, they don't eat very much. They certainly don't eat.